Right, what's up, you guys? UFO Proof here. Hopefully, this is going out live and you guys are hearing this and seeing this. And if you're not having either one of those, let me know in the comment section, and hopefully, I'll be able to see that. So, if you've noticed the name of the title of this episode, it is I have challenged Mick West to a debate live on my channel, which I just did because he had put out another video, a recent video. It literally got released like 18 hours ago. And I guess I should start a little earlier than that because in case for anyone who doesn't know who Mick West is, he's a former video game programmer, debunker. Basically runs the MetaBunk website. He's like a professional debunker, skeptic kind of guy. He's like the modern day like Philip Glass. So hey, what up, Renee? How you doing? Roundhouse, right? Exactly. So he put out this video about the gimbal UFO. All right. Something that he's been going off on since this video got released. This is his job. This is his passion to debunk stuff. This video has got released in 2017. 5 years this video has been out. And just 18 hours ago, he put out another video trying to come up with a way to debunk it. Now he's saying that, it's possible that it's just a glare from the camera and the light and that's all it is. That explains it away. And, just the same old crap, and I'm saying, okay, I understand debunking and I fully support it. If it's a bullshit UFO video, it should be debunked. It's like, because it doesn't matter. Go ahead, debunk them all, If you can't debunk it and it's a good UFO video, then that's all that matters. And we only need one. We only need one to be legitimate, and then the rest, you can debunk them all. It doesn't make any difference at all, So if it's fake, please debunk it by all means. But after 5 years, if you can't debunk it, if you can't even come close, and your only guesses as a way to debunk it is by putting together a ridiculously huge conspiracy theory where the entire Navy and all the admirals and everybody are all in on this fucking secret conspiracy to, lie about UFOs to the world, unless you're willing to fucking believe that conspiracy theory, then you need to just accept that you're wrong. I don't know. Is it just me? But I think you need to accept that you're wrong and admit, you know what? I'm wrong. This is a genuine UFO video, and you were right. I'm wrong. You're right. You win. I think that's what he should do. And so I challenged him to a debate. And because in his video at the end, he said, hey, anybody who has anything to say against this, I will debate you. I will debate you live on Zoom, blah, blah, blah. You just hit me up and I'll do it. Obviously nobody was taking him up on his challenge. His video of he had a simulation of the aircraft following the gimbal or whatever, and it looked very well done. And, and he spoke very intelligently and eloquently. And, most people would, I'm sure, be turned off to try to debate him. Not me, not in the least. You know why? Because I know I'm right. So, as I say, truth will out. In the end, there can only be one winner, and it'll be me because I'm correct. He's not. It's as simple as that. So all I have to do is take the facts that we both know and use them against him, because everything he's using is hearsay and technicalities and stuff that won't hold up in a court of law or even a high school debate, And so I'll gladly debate him. Plus, I figured, he probably has no idea who I am. So he sees that I ask him for the debate. He probably clicks on my channel, sees my channel trailer, and doesn't even go any further into investigating me, and just goes, oh yeah, I can beat him. And then decides to debate me. That's what I'm hoping for. Because the truth is, surprisingly enough, I'm actually pretty smart. I know I don't look it. I know I don't normally sound like it, but you would be surprised how knowledgeable I actually am. It's fucking weird. I surprise myself sometimes. I'm like, really? I knew that. Oh my God, I did know that, didn't I? That was interesting. I'm pretty smart. What up, Jericho? How you doing, buddy? What up, Golf Man? You need to borrow my clippers, homie. I have a fucking set of clippers right here, motherfucker. And I plan on cutting my hair. Actually, I was going to cut it before the show, but then I was like, you know what? It's going to be too late by then, and then I'm just going to fucking I'll fuck it off. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just do it after the show. So yeah, I'll probably cut it as soon as I get done. What up, Rebecca23? How you doing? Yo, it's 5 a.m. Why the fuck are you watching this, dude? Why are you doing up at 5 a.m., man? I hope I didn't wake you up. I hope you've been up all night doing meth or something. Because if I woke you up, you know, and you're watching this show at 5 a.m., man, I'm going to feel terrible. You know, I mean, I'm going to fucking love it at the same time, but glad I caught you for a change. Yes, me too, Golf Man. Yo, Kyle, what's up? Where the hell is everyone? I don't know. They're all over the place, man. You know, you're getting wasted. Fuck yeah. Rock and roll, dude. Are you done with work? Have you worked today? Have you got off work or school or whatever it is you do? Or maybe you do nothing. I have no idea. She's like, yeah, I told you what I do. I'm getting wasted. What more do you want? Yeah. So, what do you guys think? Do you guys know who Mick West is? You think it's a good idea to you think it'll make for an interesting show? I'm not worried about whether or not, you know, I can debate him, like whether or not, you know, I'll even stand a chance against him or something. I'm not worried about that, you know. But I'm just wondering, what do you think it'll make for a good, you know, good TV? Will it make for a good show? Because really, Mick West himself is truly boring. He's boring on everything that he does. He's boring on every show that he comes on, every podcast or YouTube channel, everything he comes on. He's incredibly boring. He is so uncharismatic. It's fucking sad. You know, you're just like, man, dude, you know, it's been so long since this dude has gotten laid. You know, like you can just tell. It's just like, God damn, you know, it's like, oh, you know, it's like, oh, well, you know, he's married. Well, you know what? He hasn't pleased his wife for fucking years. All right. I mean, this is just a dull fucking, his favorite color is gray, you know, like his favorite color is pewter. I swear to God, he's that fucking dull, dude. You just gone to bed at 5:50 a.m. I'm sorry, Golf Man. I had to wake your ass back up. And for that, I apologize. Yeah, but I had to do it, and you know, I had to challenge him to this debate because he put the challenge out there that he would debate anybody, and I figured if he's saying that, and then he sees me, he's just going to assume that he'll beat me. And so he'll probably do it, you know, because I was thinking when he said that, I'm like, there's no way he could be serious about actually going and debating anybody, because anybody with half a brain is going to be able to fucking destroy him, you know. Even like the video he just put out, it was a very good simulation. Okay. And for, you know, like, you know, not highly educated people, I'm not saying like stupid people, but just like, you know, it's like maybe like, you know, fucking like an average fucking person, you know. The fucking video in it looks really good. The animation, the shit he's talking about probably goes way over their heads, you know? But I see right through it. Like the shit that he's bringing up is completely irrelevant and pointless, you know? It's like, you know, what, seriously, why are you bringing that up other than to try to sound smart? Other than that, I don't see any reason, because it has absolutely zero effect on the outcome of this video, what the fucking topic is, or that it's a UFO, or what's going on with the glare or anything. You know, he's just bringing up the stupidest stuff, and, you know, like trying to figure out like the, you know, like, oh, and then the mechanics work like this and blah, blah, blah. And, and then he's got a whole part where he's talking about the app FLIR system and the gimbal system, and and then he's bringing up the mirror that he doesn't know anything about or how it works or anything like that. It's like he could have at least mentioned that the function of the mirror, what it does for high speed photography and shit. He didn't even know that. So it's like, come on, dude. He clearly didn't know what he was talking about, and he read some stuff on Wikipedia and thought, oh, I'll just put it in here and I'll sound like a fucking genius. But he don't actually fucking know. So in a live debate, I don't think he could win. I don't think he'll win at all. I think he fucking just, he cherry picks shit. He's like, yeah, I'm going to make it sound like I'm fucking smart because I read a couple facts off of Wikipedia and shit. So yeah, I know what I'm talking about. I don't think you do. It's like we all have the same facts to go off of. And so I want to see him argue it. It's been 5 years. 5 years, people. If he hasn't debunked it now, I'm sorry, I would have given up years ago. I mean, fuck me, dude. Oh, sorry, let me see your guys' text, all right. Golf fan is saying, this is great, man. No apology necessary. I don't usually go to bed to sleep. He just goes to bed to fuck and just to get it on. It's like, come here, mama. That's all he does. A hard day at work, baby. I need my lovins. That's what he sounds like. I don't know if you guys know that. That's Golf man sounds like this. It sounds like a fucking 70s porno perv. Come here, baby. I don't know if that's what he sounds like. But man, it would be great if he did. Motherfucking turkey. That's right. See? Exactly. Kyle, you're a madman. Kyle, you're a madman. Yes, I most certainly am, Glenn. Glenn Nicholson. I'm fucking insane. I wanted to. I should have done that like a stripper. Where they do this. I should have done one of those. But I have no boobies. All right. So, I'm going to light this damn cigarette. I've been meaning to do that. I keep putting it off. Looking pretty flash. That's right. Looking good. I had a dude do that too. So I'm in a gas station one time. I know this isn't about UFOs, but let me tell you, I'm in the gas station one time and I'm walking back to go to the fucking pop, to the fucking cooler or whatever. And there's this dude in line and he's fucking eyeballing me from outside, like at the fucking gas pump, like walking. I can see him just fucking like mad dog, just looking straight at me, just like, And I fucking walk in and I'm just looking at him. He's like, and I'm fucking walking by him. He looks at me. He's like this. He's like, looking good. And I was like, oh my God. You're an animal. And I was so fucking flattered. I was like, yes, that gay guy was hitting on me. I'm so fucking hot. I loved it. Oh, God. At that second, I was like, God, I wish I was gay. That was fucking funny, dude. He was like, looking good. Like, he was just like, I was like, oh, my God, dude. I'm like, I am not a piece of meat. I am a sexy piece of meat. Yeah. So anyway, my boy made a picture. Let me see if I can share my screen. I don't know if you guys seen this last time. I want to make sure everyone gets a chance to see this because it's fucking awesome. Excuse me. There we go. All right, can you guys see that? Hopefully you can. I'm hoping you guys still see that or whatever. Yeah, so this is an artist rendering of my UFO encounter. And how fucking cool is that? Isn't that fucking awesome? And you can see there's a UFO up there. You got the UFO up there, and then you got me sitting on the roof up looking at the black sphere. And then you even got the owl over here. Unfortunately, the owl is drawn on an antenna, and he was actually on a tree branch, like right here. But you know what? The antenna still works. I think it looks great. And then also another thing, but you know, he had done such a good job and he worked so hard on it. I didn't want to ask him to do any more things. I was actually on my UFO hunting platform. So I was sitting like this, but I had a platform here and I had a bag, like a duffel bag with all my equipment and everything in it. And the UFO is right here. And you got to understand something. Now, it would have actually more realistically, okay, if this was really realistic, it would have been right over top of me. And if I stood up, I would have bumped into it, you know, or it would have been like right at my head, you know, and I could have just grabbed a hold of it. I mean, like it was right there, right fucking over me, just spinning, just sitting there, dude, which fucking seemed like forever. Because let me tell you something. I don't know if you guys have ever actually experienced what shock is like. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced shock before, but I've experienced shock on several occasions. Let me tell you something. It's fucking terrifying. It really is. It's really scary. At least when I experienced shock in the real world, it was for really scary reasons. But this one, I experienced shock for something that was so unearthly that it really fucked with me, you know, like it put me into shock. Like I couldn't fucking focus. I couldn't think straight. I was just like at that second, there was the only two things in the entire universe existed was that UFO and myself. Nothing else in the entire universe ever existed. It was just us. It was the most amazing fucking thing. I'm like, oh my fucking God. Like it was at that fucking point where I'm like, it's real. Like they fucking exist. Is there a little alien inside that thing? Like, where is this from? You know, how did your species evolve? You know, what was the evolutionary line on your planet? Like, where'd you guys come from? And, you know, how long have you been around? And, you know, how did you get here? And all kinds of, you know, I asked the weirdest nerd questions, you know. Go to bed to watch YouTube vids for an hour before sleep. That's right, you know. Remember you saying about owl years ago? Yeah, exactly, Golf Man. There was that fucking owl. And that owl, and you know what? It's funny because that's, you know, incident happened to me. And for years, you know, I had told people, family members, close friends and shit about that UFO incident. And you know, obviously not the family who was there. Obviously they were there, so experience. So I'm talking like my parents and cousins and shit like that, and then other friends and stuff. I talked about that experience for years without ever mentioning that fucking owl. It was never a part of that whole story. All right. It wasn't until I filmed the video where I told everybody about that incident or about that encounter. It wasn't until I filmed that video when I was, you know, recanting the story of everything that happened. And so I was really, you know, like self-hypnotizing myself to remember everything that fucking happened. Like I was putting myself back in there, like the day it happened. Like I felt like I was there, you know. It was like just even recanting the story was really intense for me, you know. And you can actually see it in the video. Like it's really fucking like fucking with me when I get into it, you know. But it's because I totally put myself back in there. And so I started remembering stuff about it that I just never even thought about. Just never even thought about before. I didn't even think there was a connection with it. It had nothing to do with it. I just thought it was so weird. And then when I started thinking about the story, I was like, damn, that UFO came. And then, you know what? Remember that owl that I shot? That was weird because it was right after that the fucking UFO showed up. I wonder if they had a connection because at this time, like the movie, like The Fourth Kind wasn't out. You know, there was nothing. I knew nothing about the connection between UFOs and owls. I never even heard of anything like that. And it wasn't until years later when other stuff came up and then I started bringing it up, I started thinking, I'm like, oh my God, maybe there's a fucking connection there. I don't know what it means, but I just know that something freaky happened with a fucking owl right before the UFO showed up. And if you notice in the painting, what up, Alex? How you doing, buddy? That's my man right there. If you guys notice in the painting, the sky is actually like purple, yellow. That's really like what the sky looked like, Like, I mean, he did such a great fucking job at that. I was digging it, man. Cooper, why don't you fucking come on here? What up, Cobra? Actually, anybody wants to, you come on, dude. But fucking Cooper, fucking come on and say what's up, dude. Come say hi to everybody, man. Well, you have an open invitation, okay? Just like fucking Mick West. Shit, Cooper, just fucking chilling. I challenged Mick West to a fucking debate. Well, why don't you fucking come on here and we'll talk about it? I challenged Mick West to a debate, that fucking the UFO debunker, because he just put out a new video talking shit about the gimbal UFO after fucking 5 years. He's still going off about this fucking thing. It still hasn't come up with fucking nothing. And all right, cool. Yeah, take your time, buddy. But yeah, sure, that'd be awesome if you come on. And he's talking and running his fucking mouth. He was like, anyone who wants to debate me, come on, I'll do it I'll debate you live on Zoom. I'm like, fine, I'll do it. Yeah, grab a beer and a smoke, man. Fucking smoke one for me. Yeah, and so I figure, he'll see me and he'll probably go to my channel, see my channel trailer, and stop right there and say, yeah, I'll debate him. Basing it off of almost no information about me. Yeah, and so I figured that'll probably, fucking it'll give him a fucking false sense of security. Which usually happens, by the way. Not to toot my own horn, but toot toot. There's so many times where people want to debate me on something, and I just destroy them because they underestimate me. And I'm pretty smart. I only look stupid, but I'm such a nerd that I just happen to know a bunch of crap, especially in subjects I find interesting, because I really get in depth into researching them and stuff. And, it's surprising about like you'd be surprised, how much I know about the Bible. I am not religious at all. I just, I think religion is great for other people, just not for me. And I know I know the Bible very well. I mean, I basically have studied the Bible, the Old Testament. I am not a New Testament kind of guy, but I find the Old Testament very fascinating, especially the Torah. I also find the pseudepigrapha fascinating, and any of the apocryphal text, all of that. I really like to fucking read it and digest it, and it's I mean, you compare it to stuff with Herodotus and Strabo and Plato and I mean, all these fucking ancient philosophers and stuff, and then ancient historians and Josephus and stuff, and like you see how a lot of this stuff actually matches up with what they say in the Bible. So it seems more like a historical reference with moral stories attached to it, or a way to interpret something. Like, excuse me. Like, how do you describe the human condition? How do you describe what it means to be a sentient being? What was it that made us go from animal to man? What was the thing? What was that factor there? And the Bible describes it perfectly in saying that, man ate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. That's what made us smart. That's what made us like God. Once we ate the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, we became like God. And so it's like, that's basically that. It's that once we understood that there was a difference, once we had the knowledge of good and evil, that good and evil exists in the world, once we understood this, that's when it marks us becoming Homo sapiens sapiens, or sentient beings. you know, and I think that the Bible just has a way of, you know, putting it, you know, in reference like that, so for people to understand, you know. I'll hop on Kyle, give me 5 minutes. All right, cool. We're gonna have a 10-minute roundup. All right. What's his name? There's just way too many galaxies for us not to be for us to be alone. I think you meant to say, yeah, you know. Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, so think about this. Just in the galaxy alone, just in the Milky Way, which is 100,000 light years across. Okay, just in the Milky Way. I mean, there are, you know, a billion fucking stars. Okay, and before, when I was a kid, okay, we were taught that there were 9 planets in the universe. We assumed that other planets probably existed, but we did not know it. We were just like, yeah, I think we're out there. But as of right now, we only know that there's 9 planets in the universe. That's all we know. We know there's tons of stars, but we don't know if there's any other planets. We assumed they were out there, but we didn't know. Nowadays, we know, of course, there are other planets out there. In fact, we used to think that, man, there are more stars than anything. No, there are more planets than anything. There are 10 times as many planets as there are stars. So for every 1 star that you see, there's 10 planets to go with it. So I mean, it's incredible. And the fact that, you know, when we're looking up in the sky, when you see all these photos from NASA and stuff, and you see a, you know, sky full of fucking stars, 9 times out of 10, these NASA photos aren't showing you stars. They're like the Hubble telescope is showing you deep field view. So you're seeing galaxies. It's like billions and billions of other galaxies, each one containing billions and billions of stars, and then billions and billions of planets. To say that we're alone is fucking, it's so arrogant and narrow-minded. And it just doesn't make sense, you know. And I understand that people want to feel special. Sure, I get it. You know, but I mean, we should just feel special anyway. We should feel special that we got so lucky to have such a perfect fucking planet suitable for us. You know, so we should feel lucky that we came out as a dominant species. You know, that we're not a slave species to a more intelligent species that, you know, subjugated us, you know, like we did to everybody. You know, we should feel lucky that we're the apex predators on this planet, that we can kill and eat any animal on here that we want. All of it is fair game. And if you look delicious, we're going to fucking eat you. Simple as that, dude. We should feel lucky. Okay. I like the fact that if I decided I wanted to eat a penguin steak, that I could go and do that. I'm just saying. You know, simple as that. So, yeah. Hey, here we go, man. Let me get my boy on here, man. There he is. Hey, what up, Alex?
Kyle, good to see you.
How you doing, buddy?
Good, Kyle. How you doing?
You running from the cops?
Kind of. No, I'm just. No,
I hear the fucking police chasing after your ass, motherfucker.
I'm super loaded. No. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Are you in your ride or are you in the restaurant? You're at home?
Kyle. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me put this. Hold on. Let me put my earphones on.
Oh, you're on the couch. He's on the couch, dude. I couldn't tell if he was in the car and you were running. There were cops outside, but you're laying on a couch. I see, kicking back.
I mean, you know, it's me. I'm just look at my eyes. Like
you fucking lit, dude.
I'm lit.
Fucking lit, man. Hell yeah, dude. Welcome to the club, baby.
How you been, Kyle? How you been?
Good, man. Good. You know, fucking doing my thing and then challenging this fuckhead. Do you know who Mick West is?
Man, bro, yeah, I've seen a lot of his stuff, bro. I mean, believe me, I said, you know. I mean, so what was this debate that you guys were? What was the debate about?
Well, what it was he put out another video about the gimbal UFO. Okay, and he's trying to come up with another. Now his next fucking debunk is that it's a normal jet aircraft that you're seeing in the gimbal UFO video, and that it's the glare that's fucking all fucked up, and that's why we can't see it but it's just a normal aircraft, you know.
Honestly, well, first, what are your thoughts on the whole the gimbal? Okay, let's just break that apart. Okay, the
Sure.
gimbal. Well, what do you think? What are your thoughts on the gimbal?
All right. So
I could see myself. I could see it being. I understand that perspective. Does it seem like it to me? It seems a little weird, and for the pilots not to understand that. What is your view on it?
So my view is just based on all the evidence. We have to take all of it in hand, okay?
Hmm.
So one, all right, we know this for a fact. Even though it's not on video, we know for a fact that the pilots are reporting a fleet of UFOs, not one. Because they say clearly in the video, there's a whole fleet on them. Look on the ASA,
That was always
right?
one of my biggest points, Kyle. Like on there, I said, you know what? Honestly, okay, say even let's throw that they were drones or some shit. I still think that these pilots would be experienced enough to be like, you know what? I think they're releasing drones. But
Yeah,
hearing them say to me that when this first happened, when this shit first happened, and they released that footage and I saw the gimbal footage, I was like, okay, wow, okay, and I'm watching it, whatever. But then me hearing the pilot say a fleet, I, that's the first point I always brought to like everybody. I was like, is everybody ignoring the fact that the pilot said that there was a fleet of them? Because I was like, you
exactly.
know
And
what,
there
I want to
were,
see the fleet after that video,
right?
Kyle. I wanted just to see the fleet because I was
No,
like,
they described the fleet as
and the video
being
must exist, Kyle.
a bunch of cubes, you know. And
Well,
these
they
cubes
say
were in
in a
a
circle, right?
chevron formation. So they
Yeah.
were in like a flying V formation. And this was ahead. So they were literally like right behind the gimbal UFO. And
Oh,
it was
okay.
ahead of them. All right, like leading them basically, and then they all caught up on it like together, and they all went together. So we already know that for a fact. There's a fleet of them, okay, and then the fact that this craft clearly, all right, it says, and it even says it in the screen in the video that black is hot, okay. So and when you see the craft, it's all black, you know, and then when they switch it to, you know, when it'll say white is hot or whatever. So when the craft is black, that means it's hot, and when the craft is white, that means white is hot. You know, and they're flipping the footage around. And what's interesting about that is that the craft is fucking obviously very very hot, but around the craft is all white. What does that mean? That means the air is fucking colder than the craft. It's actually the air is actually colder than the air outside. So they're how many fucking thousands feet up in the fucking air? You know, it should be freezing, you know, but the air around that fucking hot craft is colder than the air around it outside. How does that make sense? You know, that doesn't. However, if it was a craft producing its own gravitational field, because it would be fucking, you know, creating its own a gravitational field, it would be literally displacing the vacuum of fucking space. Technically, it would be colder just based on fucking physics alone, just on science alone. You know, if let's just say if it was producing a
As we
gravitational
know
field,
it, like
that
as
would
we
make
know it,
sense. All
because
right.
physics is always such a touchy thing too. Because, and you know, and I know you know that, like a lot of people don't know too. For the longest time, I mean, Jeremy, like alien scientists, we have gone back and forth about shit for probably the
Yeah.
longest fucking time. I've always said to me, you know, and I respect Jeremy and his stance and what he is as a man,
Well,
and
I wouldn't go that
you know,
far.
you know what that go. Okay,
You know, I'm like,
but
I got an issue. I really hold issue with the whole 9/11 thing. I'm just like, dude, oh my
yeah,
god, come on.
still the night because you know me and you had a whole thing with Turkey, so
Yeah.
I know you hold a grudge, man. But me too, man, me too. Like with alien scientists, I was always like, well, look, I respect
I respect him, yeah,
your
but you know,
shit,
yeah,
but at the same time, I was like, just build me a baby UFO, and then I would shut the fuck up, you know. And me saying that it's kind of a joke, but at the same time, it is kind of like Jeremy. What I'm saying is that maybe like if this phenomenon is real, and say that these entities or you know whatever they are say 100,000 a million years ahead of us. Honestly, the physics that we know here on Earth, as we understand them right now as human beings, and even as far as Einstein and some people had their thoughts and theories and
yeah,
shit, might be actually just, man, at the end of the day, kindergarten. Man, because these
right?
guys, if say I studied this thinking a lot of these crash for nuts and bolts, and then you start throwing like say physics and dimensions and all
Yeah,
kinds of stuff into it, and it really comes into a area where it's just like it's unknown,
yeah,
really,
exactly.
it's unknown. So even if even Jeremy, having a degree or whatnot, I'm like, I know, I get it, Jeremy, but at the same time, like our physics, if those fuckers are doing what it seems like they're doing, our physics might not even matter, honestly.
Exactly. I was having this debate with Blake and Brent the other day, talking
Oh,
about
I saw
the
that.
Tic Tac UFO.
Yeah, yeah.
Where I'm like, they're like, could this be? Is there a chance that this could be a fucking reverse engineered craft? Is it that this is a man made craft? They're like, is
That's a
there a
great
chance that this
conversation
could be? No, there's not a chance because what the craft is doing
that we
is
did,
fucking
like that we
it's
reversed it,
breaking
right?
our laws of physics. All
Right,
right, it's
right,
going
right.
beyond what we could do.
Yeah. Oh no, no, that's super true. What you know what I mean? We've always used like this fucking like a metaphor, as far as like, oh, it's like us dropping off a fucking iPhone to the caveman. Us studying UFOs, we've talked about this for a long time. It is kind of too. And another better metaphor would be like, yeah, you know what? What if we have the craft and we don't have the gasoline? There is a lot of fucking probably factors that would just go into, like, imagine, yeah, reverse engineering something that we have. It is literally like saying give the cavemen a fucking iPhone and see
Yeah,
if they can reverse it.
exactly.
Um, that is
No, it's like the
basically
thing is,
what we're
you could
gonna
get the
do.
caveman could probably use the iPhone. He could probably go and play apps and shit
Where
and figure that out, but he
where's the
couldn't build it. He
Wi-Fi?
couldn't construct it or understand how the fucking components are put together and what they do. I mean, like fucking, he wouldn't understand where the signal was even coming from or that. You
That
know,
is such a great question. You know what? Honestly, Kyle, what is so crazy, like just me as I would like to call myself a survivor. I think, yeah, I mean, if I had to, like, if they gave me that fucking device or something that I had no idea how it worked, oh man, somehow, some way, I wouldn't want to say I would want to try to break it down to every little organism that it had and
you're gonna
try to
have
make it
to.
work. But how would you do that? I mean, I get what scientists are doing. I get what people that are really, that are that's their job. That's
Yeah.
their job to fit, like even engineers, top notch engineers.
Well,
Their job is to
you gotta
figure
have
out
people. You
how
gotta
to
have people who
this
fucking
shit work.
understand physics, but who are going to be able to look at it without
Yeah,
being stuck in the physics mindset. Because
yeah,
obviously they're going to be able to work on a different. I mean, think about this. So, say you have a species that leaves their homeworld. Okay, say like
exactly.
even humans leave the Earth. All right, and so we're living out in space. So, say the species we're talking about is living out in space for how many millions of years? All of a sudden you have to understand that their physics are going to change based on their environment because like as we know it, our laws of physics, Isaac Newton will take for instance, all right, he says, well, this is one of our fundamental laws, whatever goes up must come down. That is a fundamental law here.
Exactly.
However, if our species was a space-faring species and we lived in outer space, that law would no longer apply, would it?
Yeah, Kyle, or
Because
even
whatever goes
say,
up
or even
will
say,
just keep going up.
let's break dimensions. Let's say we're a third dimensional being, and say that these fuckers are fourth dimensional beings. We won't even understand that shit.
Exactly,
It would be like mind blowing to us.
this is let me blow your mind real quick, Alex, right? Because this is something I always thought about, and I try not to speculate on shit, but this is something I'm going to
We
speculate
got
with
to
you, okay?
speculate.
I'm going
Yeah.
to speculate for a minute, okay? So you know how you're talking about, I always wondered if the crafts are nuts and bolt crafts and stuff, all right? So obviously me too, and I was looking at that, trying to break it down to from what I've heard about UFOs and what I know and stuff,
And what you know, yeah.
exactly, and I'm like, you know what, just speculating, dude, because there's so many reports where the UFO is an extension of the pilot. That it's a
Like
symbiotic.
Avatar, like the movie.
Well, yeah, kind of like it's just fucking symbiotic with the
Yeah,
pilot.
yeah.
Like they're
Connect. It
the
could,
two beings need each
like
other.
it's almost like an organic thing.
Yeah, and I'm like, what if the UFO Did we lose Alex? What the fuck? Did I just lose Alex? I think we might have lost him. Okay, well, he'll pop back on here, I'm sure. Okay, so I'll keep going until he jumps back on, right? What if our nuts and bolts UFOs or whatever, what if the crafts are grown? They're not constructed on another planet, okay? They are grown. So it's like you get a craft where like Bob Lazar, like, you know, the sport model, he's like, it looks like it's all one solid piece, you know? It's just all one solid piece. There's no seams or anything like that. Well, you know, a human, when you grow something, a plant, a human, a fucking animal, whatever, it's all one solid thing. It's all one thing that's fucking connected. It's all itself, you know? What if the craft is grown like a fucking, like a pod, like a fucking alien craft pod? Like it comes out of a fucking weird plant, you know? Like it's grown out of the dirt or something. How we would grow a fucking, or how we grow, you know, fucking penicillin in a petri dish. What if they grow their crafts, you know, using the pilot, it's DNA. And so the craft is an extension of the pilot. And so when he flies this craft around, he doesn't have to grab the steering wheel and fly it around, okay? The craft flies as if it's his arm, okay? The craft is like an extension of him. It's like another limb. So it uses it like it's his whole body, like it's just another limb for him to use. And that's why they can pilot it in such crazy fucking fashions, you know? That's why they can boom, because it'd be like this. I can do this with my hand, no fucking problem, you know? And if you could just do that, you know, but you're doing that with the craft, you know, it would look fucking crazy. And if you have a way, if you've devised a way to create your own artificial gravitational field, then you're not going to have the effects of inertia. So you don't have to worry about slamming your head against the wall or shit fucking breaking everywhere or fucking smashing and shit. Literally, it will have no effect on you. You know, all the fucking kinetic energy that's being built up by your motion, you know, fucking doesn't build up because your motion isn't doing. Your only fucking motion is only reacting to that gravitational field that you've created around you. You know, so you don't feel it. You know, I've just said so. I mean, I just think that could be interesting. You know, I could see stuff like the Tic Tac being grown. You know, like a big fucking pod. It's like a big fucking pumpkin seed fucking aircraft. You get what I'm saying? Or spacecraft or whatever. I know I'm fucking, you know, you're probably saying, oh, Kyle, you're fucking sounding like a crazy. I'm just speculating. It's not like I have any kind of evidence. I'm not saying like, oh, I know this to be fucking true or some bullshit like a lot of other fucks do. Okay. I don't do that. I'm merely saying it's a possibility that if it was, you know, I would like to see this written into a script. I think that would be a cool idea. That's all I'm saying. Is basically it. If you feel me, you know? Oh, let me see your guys' chats. I'm sorry. Cooper, what happened to you, dude? You yanked the cord out. There you are, you fucker. Oh, okay. You back. Cooper. Hello, buddy. Can you hear me? Hello? Is he frozen? Can he see me? I don't know if he can hear me or what, dude. Cooper, are you there?
Yeah, man, bro. You know what? Let me come back on my my iPad because like I'm getting like reverb, so it's almost like I'm like
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
let me come back.
Okay.
Let me come back, man.
All right.
I'll be right back, brother.
Cool. Okay, so he'll be right back. There are parasites that take over and let me just fucking show that shit, I guess, really. There are parasites that take over and master their hosts, so that they become zombified. The craft could be a parasite's host. It's true, but you know what? It doesn't seem like the craft would be a parasitic, life form. It seems more of a symbiotic life form. Like the two fucking, utilize benefits from each other in order to survive. Not that one survives by sucking the life out of the other one, but by a balanced, a symmetrical relationship with each other, that it keeps each other alive in turn, that it benefits both parties. Where a parasite, it only benefits the parasite, so I wouldn't put it in that terminology. If you get what I'm saying, No, I see Gerardo Gonzalez. What's he saying? It's called Exhaust Genius. What do you mean by it's called Exhaust Genius? I don't understand what you mean. What's called exhaust? Yeah, I don't even know if he's still on here, but yeah, if you hear that, yeah, I want to see it. What up, Jay Bellenfor? How you doing? Hi, you're up early, Proof. Yes, I am. I did go on pretty early today. Yes, I did. See, I try, you guys. I saw that shit with the Mick West video. I commented. I said something. I said, you know what? I'm gonna go live and let everybody know that I made this fucking challenge, and and it could happen at any time because he could come on at any time and say, let's do it. And if I'm fucking available, then I'm gonna fucking do it. So simple as that. Well, since I got everybody here, and we're waiting for Alex to get back on here, I'm going to show you guys what a nerd I truly am. All right. So now we're going to do something really cool here for a second, okay? Let's see here. Okay. Okay. Can you guys see? Let me move my phone real quick, and then let me find something to put this on, make it easier. Oh, you know what? I'll do it like this. Oh, wait, that's going to be a pain in the butt. We'll do this. Check this out. Okay. We'll pull this right here. Okay. This is just a little tiny bass amp. Okay. This is just a little tiny little bass amp, as you guys can see. Okay. So we're going to do something cool here. Check this out. Okay. So what I got here, okay, is my plasma globe. Okay. Now, you know what? Excuse me for 1 second. I'm going to go and shut off the light over here. Okay, now we're going to shut this one off on the UFO, or camera one off, then we'll shut the UFO off, right? Okay, so you guys can see the plasma ball, right? Now, what's interesting is you see all this electricity happening, you're like, oh man, look at this thing. It's all shocking everywhere. But how come it doesn't sound like electricity? You can't hear anything, There's no sound. You would think, well, it's electricity. If you had Tesla coils going without the globe, which is what's in the middle of this thing right here, it's a and it does all that shocking and shit, dude. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna do something cool here. Hang on. This is something I had just discovered by accident, and I thought you guys would think this is really cool. Here. Okay, so we're plugging my bass in. Okay. Now the amp is on, right? We're talking about. It should even work right down here. How fucking cool is that, dude? Is that cool or what? I didn't know it did that. So if you turn on a plasma ball next to a fucking powered amplifier, I'm assuming anyone would work. I'm assuming a guitar amp or bass amp, whatever. But if you turn on a powered amplifier next to the plasma ball, the interference from when you touch it is picked up by the bass amp and fucking amplified, so you can hear the fucking electrical charge. You can hear the fucking noise of it, just like you do if you hear the bass itself, you know. Fucking awesome. How cool is that, dude? I love this, dude. I feel like a god. I love it. How cool is that, dude? Isn't that fucking awesome? Okay. Let's check out the plasma ball here. Pretty cool. Right? That's awesome, right? Touch it and play the bass. Yeah, okay. Let me turn the bass on again. Obviously, it's going to be kind of difficult. I can't play the bass and touch it. Well, let's see. I could probably hit one string. Let's see. Hang on. Okay. Okay, here we go. What if we put the plasma ball on top of the bass? Yeah, it almost sounds like a DJ scratching, dude. That's so fucking cool, dude. No way. It sounds like a fucking turntable. I fucking love it. That's so fucking awesome. Plus, it feels like I'm playing a booby. Like if it had a little nipple for me to twist, I'd love it, dude. I fucking love it. Oh, that's so awesome. All right, let me put my amp back down here. WJ. Is that fucking cool or what, man? That's so fucking awesome. Oh, I should turn the light back on. Yeah, was that fucking cool, dude? We are energy. Yes, we are, dude. That's all we fucking are, man. Is energy. You know, and it's like okay, and the best way to describe it is by like the world's most famous equation. That's E equals mc squared. You know, it's telling us that mass, m, and energy are the same thing. So all you need is that one is the other. If you have mass, if you have matter, not mass, excuse me, matter. That matter and energy, not mass and energy, but matter and energy are the same thing. So fucking at the fundamental core of every piece of matter, every physical thing in the universe is this untangible fucking, you know, band of photons of fucking, and electrons and shit that it's made of. Like when you cut, if you take a piece of matter and you cut it down to some, half its size, and then you take that half and cut it in half, and then take that half and cut it in half, and you keep doing that, you'll get to a point where the next cut splits it into pure energy. So it doesn't just keep getting smaller and smaller all the way down to infinity. It gets to a point where it gets so small, you cut it and you release the energy that's inside of it. Just this tiny little beep. And if you take that tiny little bit of fucking energy and you use plutonium or uranium to split it apart, it'll cause an explosion so fucking huge. You know, you could fucking kill your planet with it, dude. You know, that's how fucking crazy it is. Just from a little tiny piece. You know, isn't that fucking nuts? We really are. We are all fucking energy, man. You know? So, it makes me wonder. I'd like to see that, what if there's not an assembly plant on Zeta Reticuli? Okay, they don't have a bunch of people in an assembly line and fucking, one guy's working on this and then another guy's working on that, and they put it together and you got a fucking sport model UFO. But what if the UFO is in fact grown, from the genetic material of its pilots, and that's why a pilot's able to control it and maneuver it the way he does, because it's an extension of him. So I mean, you got to understand something, that when you're moving something by the speed of thought, nothing can beat it, because it's like now we're limited by how fast our physical bodies can react to our thoughts. you know. But when the thought reacts at the exact second, there's no delay, there's no ping, you know, you could do a lot more. So I mean, imagine that's, you know, that's how I'd like to see, you know, I could see crafts like being grown like that, like not necessarily like a plant, but like fucking you know, like penicillin in a petri dish or something. You know, they're growing something inside a fucking laboratory that's growing into this fucking machine. That's like fucking perfect with its occupants or whatever, with its pilots. Uh, yeah, how cool would that be, dude? You know. And then of course it being that, you know, symbiotic with its pilot, that um it creates a fucking an atmosphere in a place that is inducive to that species life and fucking evolution, and something that species would be able to survive in, you know. So it could go and travel into weird distant fucking worlds and not be affected by their fucking environment. It's always going to feel its environment inside that little fucking bubble, you know, where it created itself, you know. I mean, there's other things that, you know, when you look at like let's take Bob Lazar, who obviously you guys know I fucking research a lot about. You know, where he describes how the craft operates uh the gravity amplifiers, the emitters. All right, he's describing it at one point, and this isn't in the movie. This is an edited scene, but he's like, the amplifiers are like these big steel drums hanging on these 9-inch fucking tubes, like from the bottom of the craft or whatever. And when you run a current through them, you can fucking manipulate the current, which will manipulate the arms to point in whatever direction you want them to. You know, fucking 180 degrees, 360 degrees, all the way around or whatever. And he's like, you gotta understand, when you do it, the arm comes alive to tank the fucking thing, and it swings up into position. He's like, it moves like a tentacle. It swings up, and then boom, it locks into space. You turn the power off, and it stops, and it's fucking stuck there. And now it's just a big bar of steel again. But when you turn that frequency on, it moves like a tentacle, of like an octopus. It moves so fluidly, like a living being, you know that. And he says this. He's like, it moves like a tentacle. Then it locks into space. And then turns back into like solid steel again. And like the three amplifiers, you know, they fucking focus. They, you know, they focus on a point in distance space, and they all focus in together and get it right in front of them. Develop a little bubble of fucking space time. They warp it and they fall whoop, right to that spot. You know, and it's almost like gravitational lensing. All right, where we use by using gravitational lensing, you can see distant places a lot better, because it's almost like a telescope in space, where you can see, because of, you know, huge gravitational field that's being warped by space, by planets and fucking massive stars and black holes and stuff, that you're able to see stuff that's even further away, you know, by using the gravitational lensing. And so imagine, you know, you're using the lens, and all you have to do is look at your destination. And once you look at it, you turn on the fucking device, and you're there. You're already there, because you're already looking at it, and you use that gravitational lens to travel to it. You know, that's how fast it travels. So there is no time. You know, you get there in between the ticks of a clock. You're just that fucking fast. You know.
You know, and as crazy as that sounds, Kyle, you know what? Yeah, I'm sorry. You know what? And then if I cut out, man, bro, I just got to my pad recently, and then, man, I just, my shit was, man, my dead. My shit was dead. No, but man, you have a lot of, man, Kyle. Me and you go way back. You know, okay. Me
That's
and you go
right.
way back. I mean, a lot of people will probably not understand all the shit that me, you, Third Face, the cousins, people from, even from Tyler, went through. Man, we went through ups and downs in this fucking field for a
Oh
long
yeah.
time. Before lives blew up, before
Okay. No, this is something we need to admit
yeah,
right now, Alex. We started this shit. All right.
we
This
probably
shit that
did, Kyle.
everybody does now started with us.
We, man, Kyle, we were probably one of the first people that actually did like the hangouts. the way people,
We.
yeah, when and we were experimenting. I mean, with shit, we would
Yep.
pop on with everybody on there and actually try to have a conversation
Nobody
uh,
did that.
about ufology, and we did, man. We did have some, even though we bullshit and we talk a lot of shit,
Yeah.
man. We had some great
Great conversations about it.
conversations about ufology and about what it really means, and the
Absolutely.
shit that we've been through, our sightings, our personal, like, just what we feel about it. So I don't think a lot of people really grasp, like, that we, man, like me, you, and a lot of, like, third phase, a lot of people that have been on YouTube for a long time have love for the phenomena. Besides the drama, besides the bullshit, besides all the shit, man, we have a genuine fucking love for this shit, man. We've been looking for the
Absolutely.
truth for the longest time, longer than a lot of these people even know on the comments. People
Oh
that
yeah,
call us
dude.
some of the, well, you got a channel, but like people that call, like, say someone like moi, or like
Yeah.
a troll. I'm like, you know what? Honestly, 99.9% of the times that I respond to somebody is responding. I don't just hop on anybody's channel. I don't talk shit to people just to
Yeah.
talk shit to you. I don't talk shit to nobody really,
Yeah.
but I will respond to you, pretty vigorously, because that's just my character.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
what we do.
that's what we do, and we've been doing this for a long time. So
Yeah.
believe it. Besides all the bull crap, I mean, man,
We do it good.
Kyle's watches. I Sky watch. He's when you say boots on the ground type of stuff, it's you going out and Sky watching when nobody asks you to.
Oh yeah.
It's talking to people when you don't have to. It's going out and just and connecting with people about the phenomena because you don't have to. No, nothing. All everything aside, it's just that's what boots on the ground is. You taking a
Right.
fucking loving to the fucking phenomenon and actually looking for answers yourself. That's what that means. That's what the fuck
You
that
know,
means.
I think a lot
You
of
know?
UFO proof had to deal with the fact that everybody is, and even still, even to this day, everybody is always trying to get the biggest name on. They're always trying to get, oh, who can we do an interview? Well, let's do an interview with this guy. He's big in UFOs. And we want to get the biggest name on here and have so-called celebrities in the UFO world. We want to try and get these guys on. And I think we were the first fucking people to be like, it didn't matter if you were famous, if it was, you just had to be one of us. You just had to be a person into UFOs, to come and be a part of it and to speak your mind and be heard by other people. You didn't have to have anything to do. You didn't have to have your name out there for anything. You just if you just wanted to share your story, you could come and be a part of it. Nobody else does that. Everyone does interviews with people who are so-called famous in the UFO world or have whatever.
Well, that's what attracted
You
me,
know?
maybe at the beginning towards, man. Because look, there was, man. I'm trying to remember what the name of the channel. This is way back in the day, but man, Kyle, like when I first started researching UFOs and YouTube, I mean, there was a bunch of shit from, we know the names,
Yeah, yeah.
but to me, one of the best analogies that I ever heard. Somebody called you the fucking, like the man. What do they call you?
The
The fucking,
angriest ufologist.
no, no,
Uh,
no, no. They called you a rock name. I'm trying to think of the. They called you the. God, what did they call you, the ufology, dude? It was a punk rock name, dude, but it was dope. And I was like, that's exactly what Kyle is.
what
I was like, you know what? He's kind of stepping out the box. He's speaking his own mind. He's being himself, which I actually really fucking loved. You know what I mean? And I was just
was it?
like,
The Sex Pistols of
yes,
ufology? Was
yes,
that it?
yes, yes,
That's
yes,
it, right? Huh?
yes,
That's it.
yes,
Yeah, that's
yes,
it. I remember.
yes.
That's right.
No,
They called
somebody
me the
called you.
fucking Sex Pistols of ufology.
Yes, yes, man. You know who that
That
was?
was
I
it.
I don't know if he still has a channel, like, because you know exactly who that was then.
Yeah,
But no, he said that Kyle's the fucking Sex Pistols. I think, ufology,
yeah,
and at that time I was like, you know what it is, because I was just like, you know what, at that moment, I mean, you were looking at what at that point was ufology, which just has grown since then. But I mean, it was still all the stories that we've all heard, from Betty to Barney Hill, all the fucking Travis, all those
yeah.
things. We all know those stories. We all know
Right.
we Roswell. We've digested those. We've ate them. We spit them
Yep.
out. Believe me, we've all talked about that shit. But Kyle, I mean, when we was there, it was just a bunch of fucking rambunctious kids and just talking shit
You know what?
and,
It was also a bunch of bullshit,
and
and it
talking
was
ufology.
it was us that helped change the fucking narrative.
Oh
You
man, bro,
know,
that Kyle,
by
I
getting third phase of moon to come with us, and for us to start speaking about fucking fuck the bullshit. We just want the fucking truth. You know, we want the fucking real shit. That it doesn't have to always be crazy shit. You know, we helped fucking change that narrative, because before that's all it was, dude.
people
It
never
was
give
just
us
a
people
fucking
never give us that
island of
credit.
fucking
People
shit.
never give us that credit, Kyle.
No,
People
we'll never get it. No,
people never give us that credit.
nope.
And I want to say that personally, like man, we had like a little something to do
Fuck yeah, we did.
with
We
that
had a
shit.
huge
You
something in it,
know,
and we all know it, and
you
we'll
know,
never get that fucking
and
credit.
we will never get that credit.
Never
You
get
know,
it, dude.
never, we'll never get it. And not taking nothing away from the cousins because you know I know how hard it is to do what they're doing, and now to see where they've gone,
Sure, sure.
which is super dope. You know, just to see. I mean, I know you guys are probably watching. You know, brothers, man, I love you guys. You guys have
Right.
honestly, you know, it shows persistence to a lot of people. Cousins, if you guys are watching, you know what you guys show us. You guys show us what persistence and what like if you love to do some shit, just keep doing what you're doing and you shall succeed, man.
Right.
Because you guys were man persistent with
You know,
everything you guys did,
they didn't have to fucking listen to
and they
us. They
listened
could
to
have done
us,
whatever the
and
fuck
they
they wanted
listened
to.
to us, and they listened to us,
They
man.
listened to us, you
They
know.
actually listened, man. You
You know,
know,
and it was us who helped change the narrative. Because
yeah.
fucking once they started doing it, and I talked to fucking Tyler, he started fucking doing it. Fucking everybody started doing it, and it was like now that was the in thing. And now all the hoax stuff and all the bullshit, that shit was out. And now I hardly see it anywhere. You know?
Oh man, we went through it, man. Kyle, I don't think a lot of these people will understand. You know, like some of the everything that you hear now in ufology, I think we ran through it from you
Yeah,
know,
fuck yeah, dude.
from Tyler, from third phase to, I mean, you could probably name every fucking big name, and now there's bigger names. Now there are,
Yeah,
but man, as far as like maybe saying like when you say doing lives and doing like what a lot of people do right now,
yeah,
were we some of the first people that did that shit? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Fuck yeah,
I
fuck
would
yeah,
go. I would say, like in ufology, we were the first. I think
yeah,
like we were like the first people to do that.
bro. We were like, man, we were Joe Rogan before Joe Rogan was Joe
That's
Rogan,
fucking
bro.
right,
You feel
dude.
me?
You
Like
know,
we were literally discussing and bullshitting
we were so
before that
fucking
was the shit to do.
we were so
You
far
know?
ahead of our time. You know, that's the problem. We were so far ahead of our time that fucking nobody was fucking ready for it. Like yeah, I mean, now it's just fucking everywhere, and that's how everyone sees it and accepts it, and it's all fucking everyone's all about it now. But when we started it, no one was fucking doing that shit, dude. It was like totally fucking unheard of, you know. I mean,
Oh, bro, yeah,
yeah,
definitely, definitely. And you know what? All bullshit aside, look, because my shit's about to die. So if I cut out, but look, man, Kyle, honestly, and y'all can have your own opinions. I know y'all have heard the stories on the net before, but if you would understand some of the conversations that we've had on this man's channel
Shane.
before anything, you know, like I used to argue with Third Face on the Moon. I used to call
Yep.
them fucking pieces of shit, and they were able to forgive me. They forgave me, and we were able to talk and now to me the cousins are like friends, you know.
Right, exactly.
That people talk about, oh, how the fuck did we bring ufology together, if you understand the battles that me and Kyle
Yep.
went through
If
with
they
like third
only
phase,
knew.
with fucking Tyler, with a lot of people, God, they would understand a little bit more of us and shit, and
Yeah, dude.
people that have been around for a minute. Because, bro, we went through some battles, bro.
We fucking caught it
We
from
talked
fucking
shit
everybody, dude.
to everybody, you know. So I really want to thank before this shit cuts out, man. I want to thank, man, Third Phase, because they've been around for a long ass time, and they're being honest dudes, man. Man, I'm telling you, man, I've talked to them personally, man. Nice motherfuckers, man. You guys
Yeah,
I have no
right.
idea. Um, And for you guys, I think you got ufology solved. I'll tell you one thing before this shit cuts out. You know what? The more questions, I mean, the more that I investigated ufology, the more questions that I have. So never think that you have this shit fucking resolved. Always ask questions.
Right?
And don't call us all trolls, man. We're not all trolls, man.
Yeah.
We're not all
And
trolls.
don't pretend to know the fucking agenda. That's
We
the
have
one thing that pisses
we
me off.
have
When any
questions.
motherfucker who wants to claim they know the alien agenda, I just want to bitch slap you.
I
No,
mean,
you fucking don't.
I respect everybody out there that loves the phenomena, but man, please, when you think you got to figure it out, you don't. Okay.
Exactly, dude. When you think you have it figured out, you don't.
I love it, Kyle. Man,
I
hey,
love you
man,
too, buddy.
I love it, Kyle. Man,
Hell yeah, Alex. I love you too. Thanks for coming on, buddy.
man, I'll see you soon, though, man.
Definitely fucking come
Because
back, man.
hey, hold on, before I leave, Kyle,
What?
promise me one thing.
What?
And
Sure.
and look, like I'm gonna go to Mexico for in like the next month, but I'm gonna
Cool.
come back. I'm gonna come back in the summer. But man, I will fund a trip to the Mojave if you're down to go.
I live in fucking Washington now, dude.
I
So
don't
you
give
don't
a
have to come
shit.
up here.
I will.
Come to Washington, motherfucker. Oh, did we lose him? We lost him. His phone died. Okay. Alex, can you hear me? Alex, I live in fucking Washington. Okay. So that's where you're going to have to come. Okay. You remember where I used to live when you first fucking visited me? Okay. Alex actually came to my house before in Washington. So yeah, I'm back in Washington, not where I used to live, on the opposite side of the state. Okay. I am in Vancouver by Portland. Okay. So now you come up and stay with me up here. All right. But yes, definitely fucking you. I mean, that would be awesome, dude. I'd love to have you come down and stay. That'd be great, man. It'd be so much fun. Yeah, in fact, I'm actually thinking about going to Hawaii to hang out with the twins for a little bit and film some shit. And one thing that's cool. This is I'm really good friends with Blake and Brent. Like we're really close. We are really good friends with each other, and they invited me for I don't know how long now. They're like, come out and stay with us. We'll fucking set you up with a fucking apartment. Fucking whatever the fuck, dude. We got you. Come out here and fucking film with us. Come and film your show and we'll fucking film a movie. And I'm like, it's so cool because obviously you guys know that I like making videos and shit like that. I like writing and I like directing stuff and I like making skits and making just I like doing the whole process of it. I love like movie making shit like that. But it's really hard to find people to work with who are talented, who understand how the shit works, and it just so happens Blake and Brett are people like that. They understand exactly how it works. So it would be a lot of fun to hang out with them because we could do a lot of things together and count on the other person understanding where we're coming from. Like, it's hard to say. And I mean, probably most of you guys probably don't know what it's like to be in drama class. It was never a very popular fucking class, and the people in it were always bitches. But they were bitches, but they were a fucking tight knit group because they understood that they got to do this fantasy fucking world that they were all into, and that was their thing, And so the cousins and I are both into fucking making videos and shit like that and entertaining people, and I like to do it live and they like to do it through storytelling through their videos, and I like doing it the same way. And we just both want to work together. And I think more like we'll probably fucking, probably shoot a movie because I write scripts like all the fucking time. And they fucking film movies like all the fucking time. So, it goes kind of hand in hand, especially because I'm also an actor. Can you believe that? Do I look like an actor? Do I seem like an actor? Because I actually am. I can act. It's fucking surprising. I blow myself away. I think it stems from being a comedian. You know, when you do live comedy forever, when that's like your job, you know, you get used to fucking performing. And so you know, before I go out on stage, I do all my jokes, I rehearse them all at home. And so not only am I telling the joke, but I'm also using my body to, you know, emphasize stuff and, you know, make extra, you know, to get extra laughs and stuff. I'll make myself, you know, do something funny with my body as well while I'm talking. And all those motions, when you see me on stage, it looks very organic, but it is not. It is so fucking scripted. I'm talking, I'm down to every fucking move and turn and everything that I do. Everything is so fucking scripted. People don't know that because I do such a good job at making it look fucking organic and making it look very real and on the spot. But it is not. It is a fucking 100% a routine that I have practiced 10,000 fucking times, you know? And so, so it's doing stuff like that that really makes me good. You know, that was why I do really good at acting. I like to act and I enjoy it, you know, and I always did good in plays and stuff like that. So it would be fun to work with the Cousins brothers because you know, it would be nice to see him, you know, actually work with a talented actor. Is that fucked up to say? Am I saying that? Am I saying that all the actors they work with are fucking talentless hacks? Is that what I'm saying? Did I just say that? Should I get off my own dick for a minute? No. Yeah, and one thing, it's hard to find people who know how to use a camera, you know, like and they actually know how to use a camera, which is freaking awesome, you know. It's like it's not something you find all the time. People just who know how to use a camera for anything, you know. Like I mean, look at all the bad UFO videos out there. You know what I'm saying? Most people can't even use a camera, so. Cooper saying we will never get credit for what we've done, Rebecca. That's 100%. Yes, correct. What up, Spencer? Or was that through or Thursday? I don't know. At first, I was surprised that you and the twins were cool, so I guess that's why I can't judge. Yeah, you know, we didn't used to always be cool. We used to have a serious issue with the twins and with Third Phase of Moon. That, you know, at the time they were, you know, putting out a lot of questionable material, and you know, by way of their influence, was causing all of ufology to try to put out. Everyone was trying to top each other with the biggest bullshit hoax video out there. It was ridiculous, dude. You know, it sucked really bad. Like it was just it went too far, and they you know, they came to us and wanted to change, and I couldn't believe they were willing to they came to the Lion's Den. I mean, like, you know, they came to our live shows and, you know, they were like public enemy #1. And I'm like, do you guys know where you're at? Like, are you drunk or something like right now? Like, why are you here? You know, like, I didn't think it was really them, you know, I was like, they're not that stupid. They can't be, you know, but it was really them, you know, and they were just, you know, they're like, hey man, we just want to come and say what's up. Be cool with you guys, you know. And we had a big debate about it on the channel. And you know, I emailed them and I was like, listen, this is how we feel. You know, I'm like, I'll be honest with you guys. This is really what I said to them. I was like, you know, if you guys, you know, just went and took your talent and just made like kick-ass documentaries about UFOs, you know, I would support you. I would get your back. I would, you know, like, you know, I would be totally cool with you guys. You know, I'm like, it's what you guys are putting out there because, you know, I understand you guys are, you know, trying to make it in fucking YouTube. It was, you know, was young at the time, and, you know, they're getting big, and, you know, they're trying to figure out what they want to do with everything. And, you know, and like the thing is like that doing it like this is not going to last, man, you know, because ufology it needs to be taken seriously, and so people are going to fight for it, and it's you know, that's all it's going to happen, and all it is just going to forever be a fight with you guys. It's going to keep, this is going to get harder and harder, you know. Would be better is if you know, said fuck that whole angle and go with this angle, try to be, Do documentaries, do something. It's like, obviously you guys have talent, fucking use it. And fucking, and now look at them, dude. They got some of the biggest documentaries on on TV or on like Amazon Prime or whatever the fuck, or Netflix or whatever, What do you think? I tune in for at 5 a.m. because I have no respect for Kyle. It's all about, yeah, right. Yeah. But yeah, those guys are they're awesome. They came through with it, man. And so I think it'd be a lot of fun to go and work with those guys. I don't know if we do like a UFO video, like UFO like movie or script or anything, but whatever it'd be a hell of a lot of fun. Anyway, so what time is it? Oh God, I've already been on here for an hour and a half. Jesus. I like to try to keep it around an hour because, I feel like, an hour and a half, it just starts fucking dragging, and I think like, an hour is a long time, but everyone's like, no, you can't go shorter than that. It'll be stupid. Whatever. Anyway, I want to thank, Alex for coming on and joining me and saying what's up. And Alex, man, next time you come on here anytime, dude. Anytime I'm on, you have carte blanche, you can come on anytime and jump on, dude. And everyone else in the chat, Rebecca 23 and Golfman and Spencer, all you guys, thank you for coming and joining me and saying what's up. And hopefully I could bring you guys some entertainment and a little bit of knowledge. And hopefully you guys will watch this, maybe debate with Mick West that this show was originally about. I'd like to see that happen. So feel free to go over there and say, hey, go debate UFO Proof. He's down to debate you. Go over there and let him know. I will gladly debate him. I think it needs to be done. So yeah, make sure you guys like and subscribe and go and buy some UFO Proof merchandise. Just give me money. What the fuck? Fuck all the bullshit. You fucking have to buy a shirt. Just give me the fucking money. I got a PayPal. All right, go look it up. Fucking as simple as that, dude. Oh, QVid, you asshole. Why did you fucking show up when I'm signing off? Look at this shit, dude. You come at the Vina. I've been on for an hour and a fucking half, dude. You know what? You suck. I'm literally in my sign off about to say UFO Proof out, and you come in. You shouldn't have even said shit. You should just shut the fuck up, Q. Oh, you just got in for work. I'm sorry. But you should have just shut up. Right? Tell him, Cooper. You should have just kept your fucking cocksuckers shut. You come in here at the last second. Well, I'll do it again. I'll do another live coming up soon. So come and join me for that one. And I will see you guys next time. All right. All right, everybody. Oh, here, who cares what you think? You got to show up to at the last second. Name Jesus. Oh, you guys suck. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you guys next time. UFO Proof out. All right. Later, you guys.